Hey guys, Brian Goes Blue.
And Coco too.
Back again with another movie trip review vlog for you today. Today we're going to be going to see Pearl, the prequel to X. I'm excited about this one. I've heard it's better than X, which is surprising. We watched it again the other night just to kind of refresh ourselves.
Yeah.
And I mean, it kind of moved pretty quickly. I think it moved quicker when watching it at home versus seeing it in theaters. It seemed like it was a little more drawn out when we watched it in theaters.
Yeah. I'll still say the first time watch was, there's nothing like watching X for the first time.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
There was stuff I think we picked up on more in the second watch, but...
Yeah, it was pretty entertaining still. One of my favorite scenes is still like when she's, you know, I guess stabbing the dude towards the middle of the movie.
Oh,
that's
oh my gosh. Okay, that moment was crazier for me the second time around.
Yeah.
Because yeah, whoa.
Yeah.
I know you can't see much, but okay, obviously, like if you haven't seen X, like now you've gone too far. Now really turn this off if you haven't seen X. But we won't spoil Pearl. But so I like the alligator scene where Brittany Snow gets death rolled by the gator. Even though you can't really, I mean, you can kind of see it, but not really.
Yeah.
That was my favorite part.
Yeah, that movie is really dark. In a lot of scenes, it was shot in a very dark space. Versus this one's supposed to be like full Technicolor, like bright as can be, like reminiscent of like a lot of Wizard of Oz tropes in here.
Yeah.
Let's see, she's dancing with the Scarecrow in one of the scenes in the trailer. I think that there's a lot of like Wizard of Oz nods in this, so that's up her alley big time.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. It just looks kind of crazy, like it's kind of seeing where this character came from. I mean, we saw, spoiler again for X, but we saw her head getting, you know, rolled over by the truck at the end of X. So,
yeah.
we'll get to see, I guess, the origin story of her, and I guess maybe where she met her husband and all that stuff. So
yeah, I'm curious about that. Oh yeah, that was one thing I picked up more on watching X, was seeing the photos of them, and she was talking about like her past a little bit and stuff. So it'll be nice to see that. I remember the preview we saw though, where she's like messing up a lot of people. It's pretty. Yeah. It looks pretty nuts just for the preview. So I'm a little bit like, how crazy is this gonna be? Yeah,
it should be pretty gory. I mean, it says Ty West movie. It usually does pretty good with that type of stuff. I already got a little. There was a little teaser trailer earlier this week. It just showed like the big Hollywood sign, but it said Maxine and XXX. It's for the third movie that was supposed to come out, or that's supposed to come out. Yeah. I guess it's like taking place in the 80s with the Maxine character from X, so the one that got away. So that's pretty cool that they're making like a whole trilogy out of it.
Yeah, in 80s.
Yeah, it's the very first.
Awesome.
It's the very first A24 like horror trilogy. So, yeah.
Heck yeah.
Interesting. So we're ready to go check this out. I'm excited. She's excited, and we're gonna go watch Pearl and let you know what we think about it when we get out. So,
Yep. 6:52.
Yeah, 6:50. We gotta get in there. Bye, guys. On our way to see Pearl. Pearl. This is what it's like in sunny Florida these days. Oh, it's gonna rain. It's gonna rain, son.
Big thunder.
Big thunder. There's Coco.
Hey.
She's a little nuts. And we're back in the car.
And wet.
And yeah, a little bit wet. It's raining, and you know it's Florida. I walked to the car and picked Coco up, and we reparked.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So Pearl.
Pearl. Pearl was Pearl.
Pearl was Pearl.
You want to go ahead? I feel like I always jump in. You go. I want to hear everything you thought about it.
Everything?
With no spoilers.
Oh, no. Everything I thought about it. Well, as with, I don't know. I really liked it. I thought it was good.
Good.
I'd probably give it a 4.
Okay.
I think I give X a 4.5. So I don't like this as much as X, but it's pretty up there with it. Just is not as big on the horror as X was, but there is a lot of horror tropes in here, and like a lot of horror settings, and you know, it's really dark, even though it's a very bright film.
Yeah,
I did like that. It wasn't like Midsommar where it's like the whole like a horror in the daytime type thing. It was more like the wanting to be like back in the early 1900s, Technicolor, whenever the color first came out in film, and that kind of thing. I didn't even think it was back. It was like, I think the movie took place in 1918 or something.
Yeah.
1918, and so I don't even think Technicolor was even out in movies back then.
No, because wasn't the first thing in Technicolor? Well, no, not the first. Wizard of Oz was a big deal in Technicolor, but I don't believe it was the first. But I know that was the 30s, so
yeah,
I'm not too sure about that. But
yeah, I did like all of the progression of the character, and I thought that Mia Goth did a really good job acting in this one. Definitely a lot bigger acting role in this one than in X.
She carried the whole movie if you think about it.
Oh yeah, every scene. And there was like a really long monologue scene, not really a spoiler, but it was just like a one take, and that was done really well.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know.
Since you mentioned that part, I did say to you in the theater, like, that did lose me at one part when it just felt like it was getting too long, but everything she said was so important that I wouldn't say like it should have been cut.
Yeah.
I just, like, it was impressive, but it was almost like, maybe it was because it was like kind of uncomfortable to watch and hear what she had to say. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
But
I think that was the reasoning behind it too. It was trying to make you uncomfortable. So, definitely got to see some more gator in this one.
Oh, yes. I was about to say something. Yeah.
Just the whole like farm setting, and her parents are like these German, I don't know what to call them.
Well, I can think of something, but I'm not gonna say it.
Yeah.
Her mother is very, very strict and by the book. And her father is sadly nothing.
So like kind of a vegetable.
Yeah. Yeah, that was crazy to see, like, where she came from and where she was aspiring to be. But yeah, like you said, just very dark. Like I said to him, if you don't really know anything about this movie, like, don't go into it expecting that you're gonna see this like mainstream horror movie, or that it's gonna be anything like X, because it's not. Yeah, it's just not.
Definitely a niche horror film.
You've got to appreciate it for what it is, and I think with this one, honestly, people are either gonna like it or they're gonna hate it. That's what I feel. Yeah. And I wasn't teetering on hating it, but I was like confused about, wow, like I was expecting to really maybe like this more than X, and I as of tonight I don't. I liked X more. But I did really enjoy this. And I'll probably wake up tomorrow and be like, wow, that was one hell of a movie. Of course, I liked the nods to Wizard of Oz. They were all over the place. I don't know if that was intentional. I can't see how
it has to be.
I can't see how it couldn't be. But
especially you said the Scarecrow had the same colors.
Oh yeah, and her same colors. But no lines really that were like repeated or anything like that. No. It was just implied. Trying to think of anything else. It was weird to see it like, not opening, I mean, technically opening night is Thursday now, but there wasn't a lot of, there was a good amount of people in there, but not a lot, and it wasn't a huge theater.
Yeah.
So that kind of threw me off. I'm used to, like, seeing a brand new movie. We're in a big theater. There's a bunch of people seeing it.
Yeah.
But I get that, like, this...
Well, it's kind of how X was, too.
Was it? I don't remember. Yeah. But...
It wasn't in that big of a theater.
This movie is definitely not for everybody. And I don't mean to say that it's bad. It's just not for everybody. So for us, I think if
you, like, watch, like, the first, like, I don't even know, like 30 minutes maybe of the movie, like, there's not really, like, any, I mean, I guess maybe the one scene towards the beginning, but I don't know.
Yeah.
There's really nothing, like, crazy until, like, the, you know, probably the
I was thinking
second
that
or third
too.
act
I was
of it.
like, is it just me, or is this moving like a little bit slow? And like, where is this going? I mean, you kind of know where it's going because of X, but you're just kind of like wondering, like, what's gonna happen and when is it gonna happen? So it's a little bit slow there, but it picks up. So if you can be patient with it, it does pick up.
I think I don't know. I almost feel like I feel like it's more. I do think it's more rewatchable to me than X, though.
I do too.
I think so.
Well,
even if X might be a better movie.
Yeah, I do too.
I like I like seeing the story of this more than I like the X story. I think.
Yeah.
I think it might be written better. I don't know. That might just be me.
Yeah, I can see that. I loved how it was so dark, like, in tone, but like he said, the picture is so bright, and the music that's playing all throughout, like, it doesn't matter if it's like a happy scene, which is kind of rare in this movie, or like a really dark scene. There was like this like whimsical, almost like music playing all throughout that gave it that like 1900s feel.
Yeah. And there's not that many characters in this one either, so it's pretty solid as far as performances go. But it's not like she's gonna hit an Oscar or anything like that, because they don't do Oscars for horror movies. So
yeah.
But if they did, you know, they would have gotten her, and you would have gotten probably Toni Collette and Hereditary and a bunch of other people. But yeah. But for a Ty West 2022 double feature horror, I definitely would say, if you liked X, check this out.
Yeah.
But don't go expecting X, because you might be disappointed or surprised. Either way, it can go either way.
Yeah, and it's all a matter of preference, like, for you personally. I will say well, it's not a spoiler. It is at the end. Stay after the previews. Give it a chance. Yeah. I feel like I'm saying that like, oh, it was so bad. No, it's just, it has that feeling like not everybody's gonna like this. I just have that feeling too. It's not that mainstream horror. Like, yeah. So what I was gonna say is the third. That's not a spoiler. It's not a spoiler. I'm really excited for Maxine. Did it say 1985?
Yes, it did.
That's gonna be so cool. I think that's gonna be really cool.
Yeah, I know you love 80s set themes, and
yes,
85 was the year I was born.
Yes.
So.
It kind of gives me Fear Street vibes. It's a totally different story, obviously, but the fact that it's set like, I think Fear Street was like, I'm gonna blow this, but like 1800s, 90s.
It was 1666.
Okay, yeah, but you know what I mean, like way back then.
Yeah.
1900s really wasn't way back then, but kind of. Anyways, you know what I mean, just like the trilogy of the different years.
Yeah.
In which things transpired. I think that one will be really fun. I liked the character of Maxine.
That one will be really cool to see what they do and see how he creates like his vision of the 80s, because I know in House of the Devil he did really well with making that late 70s vibe a big, like, noticeable thing.
Yeah.
He's really good with making the whole scene look like the decade that it's taking place in. Even with X in the 70s and this one in the 1910s. So.
Yeah. I think this movie is relatable in the way that, like, there's a way you think things are gonna go, and then there's the way that things go. And will you find out if Pearl got her dream of being a dancer? You see the pictures in the house, and she's talking about being a dancer. That was her dream. That was her passion. Did she fulfill it? Did she not? I don't know. Go see the movie and you can find out for yourself, because that was a really cool thing to experience, her whole journey of that.
Mm-hmm.
So, really crazy. The gore that there was pretty good.
Yeah. I would say so. Yeah.
I think this one's got us kind of like scratching our heads like,
it does.
We need to think about this for a little while.
But this is a off the cuff, you know, and in the car after the movie review. So,
right out of the theater, yeah.
So, you know how we do.
You guys know. Yep.
But yeah, let us know what you guys thought of Pearl if you saw it.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to go see it? Yeah. Is that it? What do you rate it?
I say I'd give it a 3.5.
Okay.
Right out of the theater.
All right. That's cool.
I'm obviously still processing it. I didn't say I hated it. I didn't say I loved it.
That's a 7 out of 10. That's good.
It's not bad. There's been way worse.
All right. You want to get out of here?
Let's get out of here.
All right. I don't know what we're going to go see next. Don't Worry, Darling, or See How They Run. I want to see that one too. There's a lot of movies coming out. So stay tuned to our channel, and we will let you know what we think in our honest opinion about everything that we see, as opposed to other places where they might be fabricated. That's not here.
Yeah, this channel is all about what we think. So if you're into that kind of thing and you want to hear our opinion, we always try to kind of let you know, like, based on our friends that watch us, what we think you might like or might not like. We try to kind of throw that in there too. But we don't get too technical on things.
No.
Especially me. I don't know, like, directors and ratios and Dolby and
IMAX
sound and all the crazy stuff. But that's okay, because we're just
viewing a movie as movie fans. All right.
Yep.
Brian Goes Blue.
And Coco too.
Signing off.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.